All right, let's talk about skincare. We put our skin through a lot, especially in Southern California, and we start to notice the not so flattering changes to the skin. Hey, there's no need to worry though. Supermoms360.com has partnered with Dermacare San Diego to answer skincare concerns. So this is a great segment for anybody who just thinks, oh, okay, this, a little of that. Deborah Stone from Supermoms360 is here along with Dr. Jeff Birchall. And thank you so much, both of you, for coming in this morning.
Thanks for having us.
This is such a big issue because, first of all, you don't want to have to go in and do all the knife-cutting face change stuff if you don't have to. A lot of people simply can't afford it.
Exactly. And we notice these things happening right over time, and we're moms, and things happen to our skin. So we went out and actually asked our super moms out there. We said, what are your top 3 concerns? And we wanted to address those today with Dr. Birchall so he can answer some of those questions. And for any of the questions that don't get answered on air, because we know we have limited time, we're having a Twitter party right afterwards. So if you log on to your Twitter, and then we're doing hashtag Supermoms Skincare, you can tweet your questions to us, and Dr. Birchall will answer them for about 30 minutes after the segment.
Okay, that's a great idea, too, because sometimes you try to pack so much in. So what were the 3 big concerns then? And then we'll get straight to Dr. Birchall with some of the answers.
Let's talk about those dark circles. I'm sure you don't understand those when you get up at what time in the morning? 2:30.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
So the dark circles come from 3 things. You can see the little bit of the muscle, there's some pigment, and then you create a trough. There's a dent in the skin that creates a shadowing effect. And so those are the causes of it. And simple solutions would be hydrating serums to increase the fullness in there. You can move on to other creams, retinol to stimulate the collagen, and then you can move into lasers and fillers to help with that area as well.
So if they can't get rid of them from something like what you're talking about, topical type stuff, are these things that you can get in a drugstore, or is that, do you have to kind of move away a step up from that?
The topicals, you can get the hydrating serums at any drugstore or cosmetic counter. When you want to go to fillers, which really makes a huge difference underneath the eyes to deal with the dent, then you need to go into a medical facility to help with that.
Now, crow's feet and fine lines.
Or laugh lines, like we like to call them, right?
I'm very closely acquainted with
I laugh a lot. That's what the problem is. I laugh a lot.
Right.
They are happy lines, but we don't always like them. And so your problems there are collagen loss, which you can use creams to stimulate collagen. You can use lasers to increase the collagen. Botox is another great solution there because the muscle contraction leads to that line, and so you're going to need Botox to help with it.
Okay. And then brown spots and sun damage, of course, in Southern California. I mean, every time I go out, you think about it in the winter, oh, it's not going to be that sunny. And then it is. And then you end up always getting exposed to the sun around here.
Sure. And, of course, in the summertime with the intensity of the sun, it's going to be worse. But you have the same combination of treatments. There's medicines and topicals that can reduce that. Sunscreen is the #1 thing. Prevent it. Wear sun protection, whether it's hats or
do you need something beyond 50 or anything? You know how you have the numbers? Or
It's changed. And the labeling is really strict right now. And so anything over 15 actually is going to be good enough. I tend to recommend around 30. They won't even allow it to label over 50 anymore because there's been no benefit. What's more important is to do it regularly and reapply.
Okay. All right. So that's kind of our big thing. And, you know, a lot of people have these questions. Is that kind of one of the big things that you've seen?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, as moms, changes happen whether we like them or not, and wanting to be able to have some fixes, some of them more quick fixes, and other times it's important to go in and just take care of ourselves in the preventative measures. And I'm a firm believer in taking care of yourself, and we all have different ways that we go about doing that, right, and different resources and things, but taking care of things as you go along I think really helps us maintain our youthful appearance.
But it's amazing this if you do something small, how much it can just make you look.
Absolutely.
People will say, did you get a good night's sleep last night?
Did you get a haircut?
Which is what you want them to say, right? You don't want them to say, hey, it looks like you got Botox.
My biggest compliment is you're looking good.
You're looking good.
That's it.
Have you lost weight?
Yeah, have you lost? I like that one. That's always a good one. And we were talking about, too, keeping it natural is such a nice thing, because you see a lot of people that are really overdone.
Kenny Rogers?
Yeah.
You don't have to do that. It's just you don't have to do that.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, we're out of time, but guys, thank you so much. And you're going to be on Twitter then, answering more questions.
Hashtag Supermoms Skincare. So 2 S's, Supermoms Skincare. Love to see you.
Deborah, Dr. Birchall, thank you very much for coming in. Appreciate it.
Thanks very much.
I feel younger already by talking about it. Not really, but we'll be right back.